where we bring a new perspective to issues hitting your news by looking at what is hitting your papers every day. I'm yours, Edwin Kuria.
And I'm Mongai Moshora. Starting us up this morning is that there's a little concern coming up about able differently.
People who are differently able.
There's a time in Nairobi where you couldn't see them anywhere. You go to government buildings, they're not there. You go to private institutions, they're not there. So at some point, it's kind of worrying even now that we don't see them anywhere. It's like they're being locked up outside the society.
I think you might say they're being locked up, but I might disagree with you on that, because I have been to a few public offices, and it's very commendable what you're talking about, because before it would be very unimaginable or difficult to find someone who's differently abled offering service to you out there. So just the other day I was having my ID renewed, and I found someone who's differently abled who was serving me.
Okay, yes, that's.
But I do agree with what
but you know, we can go 2 years ago. Just trace back 2 years ago. You go in a government institution, abled differently. You don't see them.
Yes, there has been an improvement, but I think what you're saying is very right. There needs to be more equal opportunity employment.
Because here on the standard, on page 14, we have at least the able differently. They were seen around in the IBC and the elections, which is an encouragement to.
That is an encouragement, but you do realize that all the examples we are citing are coming from the government. So I think it would be good if the private sector as well starts to take in a lot of these differently able people, because most of them actually have the skill. They can actually deliver. So let's not discriminate them on such kind of basis. And it's a good thing that people are back to work. People back to work so much so that something caught my eye in today's paper. They're talking about it's back to business for city traders, and the shot captured here is of two acrobats somewhere along Kirinyaga Road, doing their best, and there's such a big crowd around them, which for me is speaking volumes about the talent, visibility, and appreciation in our country. Because these are just two acrobats, and they've shut down a whole street.
And it's good because, have you been to Sarakasi Dome?
Yes, I have.
You see all the acrobats, you see how people are moving, how people are jumping. It's kind of interesting, and it gives you a motivation, and gives you a good motive to at least look for guys who can do this and show it the public.
But there's a need to move it away from our city, because as you've mentioned, the only place you can cite is Sarakasi Dome. The only reason this story caught my eye is because I didn't expect them to be on the street. So I think maybe some of these talents and sports, because in a way being an acrobat is a sport, and it's something that comes from a talent.
Yeah, it's
something that should be grown. We should even have national level competitions so that we're able to get international visibility when we take them out there, because it's very, very important for our talents. So please, if you're an acrobat out there or doing amazing things out there, please make it known, be visible, show up, let us see them, let us see what they're doing.
Yeah, besides the acrobats and people showing it the public, there's something about the KWS and the Jumbo family, which is the elephant as we all call it. They're at least trying to increase the population around national reserves here in Kenya, which is a good thing, because at some point there were elephants each and every month or each and every time, just poachers.
There was a lot of poaching, and I think
it wasn't a good idea.
Individuals, countrymen, our fellow countrymen, organizations, we've seen NGOs and the government very upfront in trying to protect our wildlife, because at the end of it all, these are some of the things we are very proud of as
This
Kenyans,
is us.
and we'd like to see them. Though I hope in the same breath they also educate people. Like I found out there's a lot of there's different types of elephants.
Yeah, they're different.
For me, when I think about elephants, for me it's just an elephant.
Yeah, it's
there's not much about it. So when you tell me one of them is an endangered species, and maybe I was at a park and I saw 10, and you're telling me there's only one left in the country, it becomes
it's a concern,
something that's hard for me to swallow.
Yeah, and that story is on page 23 in the Standard. It's down here in the column, which is
I think we should also support our efforts in building up domestic tourism. Yeah, see what we can do about that. Now, I'm bringing you back to an issue that I think we've discussed in great length this week and earlier, because it keeps popping up and it keeps coming up, and every time we find out that we are not the only victims. The audience is not the only victims of fake news. Just in today's paper in The Nation, we have one of the journalists, Larry Madowo, who writes a column talking about how he fell victim to fake news. And when I talk about falling victim, we talked about the struggle of getting news out there. But for him, he was a victim. Like, there was fake news spreading that put him in bad light.
Under his name,
in bad light, and now he has to, defend his reputation and think about what to do.
Of which Larry has a good reputation. You all know with the trend. He was like, the trend was something which was trending in Nairobi when it was on a Friday.
Which brings me to a question which I'd like to pose to you who's watching this. Do you think we are mature enough to handle our digital growth in this country, or what measures do you feel should be instituted in place so that we don't fall victim to the fake news?
Such fake news.
Because today it's him, and he's defending his name,
and
because there was an exchange between him and the new senator-elect James Orengo, the Siaya senator, James Orengo. But it was false. But had he not caught it in time and showed that it was false, and there was video evidence that it was indeed false, then it would be a worse situation for him. In fact, he might actually lose his career just out of that. And fake news is not an issue that's plaguing our country. It's something that's going even out there.
It has been trending since I think Friday till date.
We have seen people lose their jobs because of fake news. Just in today's paper, there's a Senegalese musician who was arrested. She was arrested because of fake news. Someone made an audio recording, talking ill against the president and spread it out.
I actually saw the clip somewhere in YouTube.
Yes, and you see, in this era, talents, this is what I was talking about, talents. Sometimes we need to make sure we're using talents for good. We have these talents that can imitate your voice, speak as you, and that's what's getting people in trouble.
Now this, the admin, the one who shared all this, big trouble. Now he's going to be...
It's good you mentioned the admin, because just this week, something that has never happened in the country happened. There was a WhatsApp group admin. So think about it now, because it got me thinking. I am the WhatsApp group admin of a few groups. And when one WhatsApp group admin was arrested,
responsible.
I started looking through what do people in these groups discuss. Because if it gets out there, now you can be arrested.
It's dangerous,
It becomes very dangerous for all of us who are there.
Okay, apart from that, viewers, we'll take a short break. This is the Talanta Eye.
Talanta Institute is the center of excellence, offering practical training in media studies, digital marketing, music studies, DJing, performing arts, hospitality, ICT, and computer studies. For more information, call us on 0734 777778 or visit our website at www.talanta.global. Talanta Institute, unveiling champions.
Welcome back to the Talanta Eye, where we give our perspective on issues hitting your news so that you can be able to have a better understanding and join in the discussion. So I was looking at something that's very interesting that made me sort of wish that I followed a sports path in high school, because a lot of money is being churned out. It's being churned out for high school games right now. Not only school, even university games as well.
But this time is the Brookside.
Yes.
We all know Brookside. It's
very revered company.
Yes. So these guys have decided to put in or splash or make it rain 35 million Kenya shillings.
Is this 35 million for organizing the show, or does it cover even the gifts, compensation? Everything.
The officials, everything, 35 million. But it's Kenyan currency. You're going to Uganda.
That is good money.
That's a lot of money.
Going to Uganda, Ugandans will get a lot of money.
A lot of money.
When it's going out there. I hope a lot of that stake comes to Kenyan winners. And I hope there's no
apart from that,
embezzlement.
It's a good thing that boosting the East Africa school games. At least in high school, we can all have the motive,
Because it's a prime field. The East African school games are a prime field for where scouting of professionals happens. This is your genesis. This is your start. There's nothing about Nitaanza Baadaye. That doesn't happen. That only happens to a few. How many years has it taken for an athlete to be discovered out of the blues, like Yego, who just was teaching himself on YouTube. That hardly ever happens. Most of them have a background of the games.
But it's good. It shows that guys are really taking internet as a serious thing.
Yes, I should look for sports on the internet, sport a game on the
Swimming.
internet to actually yes, swimming, perhaps swimming. Though that one has its audience already. But I could try that. The new fish in the water. It's good. Our Kenyan men, our athletes are back into the country, fresh from the London IAAF World Championships. We are very proud of them. They're always doing us proud. We ended up at position 2.
Worldwide.
But there is one. There's that one that we still need to get there. And I'm afraid if we continue on this trend, we might not get there to 1 because our medal count has gone down. We're number 2, but our medal count has gone from 10 to 6. We are not faulting them because it's a lot of work, a lot of effort goes into it, and so many people are doing it. But we need more fresh talent and sportsmen who are doing this.
That's up to us.
Yes.
Up to them to showcase their talent.
And perhaps we might finally win the 10,000 meters for men. Do you know we have been chasing for that after that title for 17 years? Like 17 games, actually 17 straight times.
And we are the ones who are known for long distance.
Yes. And we've been unable to do that. Hopefully, when it comes to our country in 2023, because Kenya has put in a bid to host and it's a very good. These bids are put in very early, just like life when you're preparing for things. You need to prepare very, very early. But I think we are now at a better position than before because we have hosted a lot of international games, and just recently,
which is
the concluded IAAF under 18 championships were here. So we have shown our capacity. We have shown our team spirit, and we've shown that we are very good hosts. I'd like to believe so. We are very, very good hosts.
Talent at some point can be a lot of pressure. There's too much pressure from the management, from the audience,
from the new fame.
The new fame.
And everything.
Which this talent can lead you to very bad behaviors.
Yes, it can have you break down a legacy with just one moment. It takes you so many years to build a legacy.
Yeah.
But one wrong move,
it
just comes crumbling down. And empires have been brought down by one mistake, or one fault and oversight.
Yeah. Talking about that, it's the well-known Tiger Woods.
Yes, the golf champion,
you know him?
Tiger Woods. If you hear golf, everyone aspires, or aspires. I think now everyone aspired to be Tiger Woods, because with the direction he's headed.
Recently, he was under very heavy consumption of drugs, which led him to very...
he's in rehab. I understand he's been arrested. He's in rehab now. And upon conducting tests, they have found that he has at least 5 drugs. And it's very important to note that if these are 5 drugs that have been detected over a period of, I think, a month when they are testing it, but you do know there are some drugs that wear out really fast or that take time to be looked in the system. So this points to a very worrying trend because even in our country, we have seen great talents fall down because of issues like drugs or mismanagement. I mean, it's a very sad story. There was our Samuel Wanjiro, who was a very good athlete and runner, but the things that brought him down...
But I think Kenyan athletes get a lot of pressure to go and show results and bring results home.
But it's not just an athlete pressure kind of thing.
But
it's
the
talent.
management.
Yes.
The management is, they don't have good management.
So what we are lacking is management for our talent. And I think we have people who are capable of actually doing that. So we should be in a position to look after our talent, not just look out for them and have them build a brand name for us or make money or reputation for us, but it should be something where they also have longevity.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, and I think that wraps up our edition for the Talanta Eye today. Thank you for joining us. Please interact with us and all our socials as you have seen them below your screen, so that we can keep the conversation going. It doesn't end when we close down this session. The conversation keeps going.
And keeps going.
Yes. So this has been another edition of Talanta Eye. Catch us tomorrow, each and every day, as we delve into issues that are hitting your news. I'm Edwin Kuria.
And I'm Mongai Moshora.
Thank you very much.
Have a good morning.